Have you guys found any good websites lately?
No, I haven't found a good website since middle school.
I don't think they make good websites anymore.
Maybe I shouldn't. Shelly's got a good one. I'll say that. Shelly's lucky. Her last name is a top level domain.
Nice. That's
Yeah.
cool.
I've told you about Shelly very shamelessly does the throwaway email thing when she goes to places. Have I told you about that?
No.
So, because she's got a domain, Shelly dot last name, org. Her last name is org. She'll just do, throw. I've got it set up in like Cloudflare for her, so she can do like Walmart at Shelly.com.
Nice.
And I told her to do that, and like I do that for myself with my own thing, with my own domain for like signups, which is pretty good. So like, I don't know, Facebook at my address thing, But Shelly will do it to like a cashier at a place. Like she'll be at like TJ Maxx, and they'll be like, "What's your email?" And she'll be like, TJMax at Shelly.com.
Spam shit I don't need at.
I'm not giving out my email at stores. That's not something that I do.
Yeah, I'm saying
That's true.
I'm saying no thanks.
That's true. I'm saying no thanks. She's not saying no thanks. She's always saying yes, yes, please. I would love to sign
Yes,
up.
please. Yeah.
Is there a discount?
I have been known to install a fast food app or two. Although, despite being anti-share my email, but it comes in handy sometimes. Comes in really
Are you talking
handy.
like a DoorDash type thing? D star star
talking
I'm
star.
talking
Dash.
about.
Taco
I
Bell.
have McDonald's on my homepage
Oh, nice.
because.
What do you mean your home page?
Or I don't know.
On the main
it's
screen?
On the main screen.
You've got an iPhone, right?
Yeah.
They've got the apps all over the place. Atticus, do you still have you have an Android?
Yeah.
You're like me, right? You don't put no apps on the screen? Or a couple at the bottom?
Yeah, a couple. I got one.
Oh, you got
two.
two.
That's it.
Oh, okay.
That's it.
Nice.
Yeah, this is a long-standing point of pride that Ben has for some
I
reason
know.
that
Yeah.
he doesn't have apps on his phone.
No
Is that the
apps.
idea?
Yeah.
Or no, you don't have app. You still have the apps, but they're just not on your home screen. You got to search for
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, but I have not very many apps.
Yeah, you try to
Very
keep it.
low number.
If you open your
It's really
web
hard
browser
to get it down, though.
right now, how many tabs do you have open on your phone's web browser?
Tab check. The phone web browser is a tough one to not have a lot of tabs on.
I've got literally two.
All
And
right,
one
I
of
got
them is-
57.
One of them is a piano score. And the other, I'm not going to say. Private browsing?
Okay, didn't need to bring up either of them. We didn't ask.
Private browsing, 1,000 tabs. No, I got zero private. I think they go away anyway, but zero private browsing.
Don't need to be getting into it. Atticus, how many tabs do you have?
I had 6, but I closed them all, and every time I see them, I close them all. Every time I
Why do I have
I'm
57 tabs? This is stupid.
I almost like I hear everyone complaining or like, oh, I have too many tabs open. I don't, and I feel like I'm like doing the computer wrong at this point.
No.
Well,
it's such a-
computer.
such a drain.
I keep the tabs low on the computer. That's for sure. It's more like I feel like on the phone when you're like looking something up. It's for me. I'm opening a tab so I can like do something later. Or like, so while I'm thinking about it, I'm gonna look this up, and it's gonna remind me to do something later. And then that's all my tab behavior is, and so that's how I guess I get to 57 tabs, because it's not like I'm going to a website to like do something on that website on my phone. What are you, crazy?
Are you guys like? Do you guys have the thing where like if you're gonna make a big purchase, that's happening on a desktop environment?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I guess so. Yeah. I think I've done more. I've done a lot more buying in general on my phone though in the past few years. I'll I'll do an impulse buy of like an LP or something from Discogs
Sure.
or whatever. I'll do that on my phone.
Phones are for impulse purchases, I believe.
Yeah. I think
They
I
make it
bought
pretty
my
easy.
new. I'm trying to think because I got a house and I didn't buy my car on my phone, but I think like my phone is probably one of the biggest in my. I bought a laptop recently. I think I bought the laptop on another laptop. I bought the phone on my old phone.
He's got laptops for buying laptops. Oh my god.
And he didn't buy his house on his phone. Did you
Yeah,
hear
wait,
that?
what's the Where are you going with that? That it's like your phone is your biggest purchase that you don't
Biggest
have.
purchase on my phone, I guess. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Not doing a lot of big purchases.
It sounds like that's not the case. Sounds like you're doing quite
Well, the phone.
quite a few big purchases.
I've named them all. I'm an open book, similar to how I told you about all my tabs. I tell
But
you
not
everything
You
the
about
told us
myself.
about one of your tabs.
That's true.
Remember?
You were very specific about how you weren't going to be open about them all.
Mm-hmm. Folks, welcome to the show about the show, the podcast. This is episode 482. My name is Will. Joining me as always is Ben. Hello, Ben.
Hello.
And of course, Atticus is here. Hello, Atticus.
Hello.
This is a show currently about Twin Peaks. Today, we're drinking deep and descending, or ascending. So, I think he's saying ascending. I think that all it's transcribed as descend, but I think he's saying ascend.
Subtitles, they kind of do. They do be cheating sometimes, you know. When you watch it does kind of suck when you watch something with subtitles and they explain it a little bit too much, you know.
Mm-hmm.
When you miss a little something.
Or do you ever? What's going on when you're like watching a movie with subtitles and it's like wrong, but it's not like auto-generated, like it just misheard. It's like from the screenplay. It always confuses me. Like, why did they give the subtitles people the screenplay instead of the movie?
Oh, I know the answer to it because it's the subtitling itself is an art. You mean like if you're watching something in English and then you watch it with the subtitles too, and you realize that the spoken thing doesn't match the subtitles?
No,
Is that what you're
that's not
talking
what
about?
I don't
Oh.
think that's what he's saying. And let me step in and tell you what you're saying.
Yes.
It's the line is the person on screen, the actor says, "Hello everyone, how are you doing today?" And then the subtitles in English, and the subtitle says in English, "Hi everybody, how are you guys doing?"
Yes.
That's what I just said.
They're both English.
They're both English, but they're different. Yeah, it's not a literal. You're watching in English, and you watch the. Okay, whatever. What you said, yes, agree.
Oh, okay.
Same thing. Because that's the art of it. Because it's not just subtitles aren't just translation. They're, internationalization as well, Because some things make sense. You can't just put everything literally or it won't make sense to other people, I do think it is kind of weird for when
We're
it's
not
English.
talking about localization though.
Yeah, but that's what subtitles are.
But they want to use the subtitles for every. They don't want to. But then why don't they that feels like the same idiot who's doing that should edit the movie to make them say the most clear possible thing.
No, I mean I'm in favor of localizing like the thing, and like it is an art of itself. I just feel like we're not doing that for. I mean, I guess because you're trying to convey the meaning of it, and
Yeah.
so my example was obviously something that was made up, and so like it doesn't make sense to examine that. But I guess I could see something where there's something like visual happening, or they say, or they make a gesture for something that like is in the middle of their sentence that can also conveys a little bit of meaning, and so like you could sort of tweak the line in the caption that more succinctly like gets that idea across. I guess I can.
Because I
see
think
that.
if you want the literal thing, you're looking for closed captioning. But yeah, I think it's about succinctness, the art of it, something that's readable, for people that need the subtitle. But I get what you mean. Yeah, it is still a little weird
It seems
for
like
English
there are
to English.
a lot of English to English subtitles, like for Atticus's point, that like are changing it, and I'm not seeing the reason why
The
we're
clarity
changing
difference. Yeah.
it. Yeah. But that's not what's going on here. I guess the point that where I was going with this, I think Abraham Lincoln is saying drink deep and ascend instead of drink deep and descend. I know it can be sounds pretty similar, and I don't really know what meaning that changes. But I guess ascend and descend do have very different, go in completely different direction, but different meanings, different connotations. Ben, you didn't get a chance to.
They're sort of like fire retardant. They actually both mean the same thing. In fact,
Inflammable. Yeah. You didn't get a chance to. Atticus and I recorded our Got a Light episode with Morgan Evans the first time through, and you weren't present for that, unfortunately. And this is one of the big ones, one of the biggest ones, and so that's why we're revisiting it here in the postseason. Now that we've gone through all of the show and we're coming back around to see if anything is making more sense this time, but we'll also get your kind of unvarnished takes, fresh takes from you about it here too. But this was season 3, episode 8, Got a Light, also known as Part 8. It was written by Mark Frost and David Lynch, and it was directed by David Lynch. Once again, going through this scene by scene, I don't know. Well, actually, it could be a good thing to do, because this has some pretty distinct chunks.
Sure.
What's your Ben? I want to defer to you on a lot of this since we haven't heard your takes on it yet. What did you think of the episode?
It's I don't know. I don't know how to. I don't know how to explain it at all. Enjoyable. This is like this is the part for sure when I think in my mind I'm like when I was watching it the first time and the second time after having the big gap in between, like when I'm just trying to watch everything in series, when I'm like, it's okay to just keep kind of vibing along with it. I thought that when I watched it again this week, I'd be like, now, not that I understand anything, but that without reading about it online, which I didn't do, I'd be able to make some more connections on my own, but it didn't happen.
I had a sort of adjacent experience where, like, I think I had the feeling this time through, I had the feeling that I'm getting this like more than the last time. Like, yeah, I think I'm getting it, but not understanding it still. Like it's sort of like giving me the sensation of understanding without any of the knowledge that comes with it. I think it's not like things were clearer to me, but it felt like more. I mean, obviously it felt more familiar, but like it felt like right now. It's like, okay, and then of course it's the Roadhouse now. Of course it's the atom bomb. Of course, sort of thing. Atticus, how was your experience rewatching?
Yeah, Like similar, like I feel like on rewatching, I'm getting more of earlier seasons and vibing more with this season rather than getting it.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe that's was always the goal anyway, was to vibe with it rather than get it. But
Did you guys? Were there any additional connections made, or any like, story things that like did anything fall into place that you took note of this time?
I think watching it out of order after finally finishing the show now and knowing that there's not like, obviously, but now knowing for sure that there's not like a final episode that's like, and here's how it all fits together, like Columbo style thing. Uh, like this is the beginning, right? This is kind of the beginning of it all, I guess, in my mind, the atomic bomb part at least. But I think you can kind of pick that up from just context clues or media literacy on a first watch as well. But I guess this kind of solidifies it a little bit more.
Atticus, anything fall into place for you?
no, just taking light insult at the idea that I should have been, with basic media literacy, should have been able to follow this the first time.
that it's the origin.
Sure.
The origin, yeah.
Yeah.
You can't. Well, you can do. I was about to say you can't go for much further back in time than this, but in fact, you can.
1945. I get, but like you are kind of right as far because it's out of time here. I think is a big piece of this that I still like can't wrap my head around. Is it future? Is it past? There is like a separate ancient evil incident or incidents or occurrence that like the Native Americans in the region of Twin Peaks were privy to and understood and developed some sorts of systems around. But that could also just be this bomb that ripped open that also like because it's so powerful it ripped through dimensions and also ripped through time, and so like it's the ancient evil as well, I guess.
Yeah, I think putting it into context to sort of the beginning of all of this stuff though is I don't know if this is helpful or not helpful, but it does kind of ruin some other vague theories in my mind that we've discussed in the past, or like I remember us discussing very early on, especially came from like I think early on, Will, you in some ways like rightly hypothesized that there's something to do with Native Americans going on here. We talked about The Shining.
Yeah.
Outside of the show recently as well.
I like to say that that's
something...
not exactly how I phrased it, but
sure.
Okay.
But I think placing this detonation as sort of the beginning of the events of Twin Peaks, I don't know, lessens that other theory in a way. Like there could still be something going on, but that's a lot. Look, what if you got season 3, episode 8 or part 8 or whatever it is, and it starts with Europeans jumping off the boat, landing in North America or something like that a long time ago. That'd be, I'm obviously just counterfactual. What if the show's about a different thing? But like, yeah, that'd be that'd be like a big aha moment for me that, wow, well, it really was about this all along. Versus, you see the atomic bomb, like in some ways one of the most abstract things, but also you can connect it to all of these other things you've maybe picked up throughout the rest of the show. And you think, oh, maybe that's where I should be. I should be directing more of my attention towards, you know, electricity or other energy in the world, rather than, you know, some of the other stuff that we've talked about.
And well, maybe the atomic bomb and these other things. It's not really like. Well, these are all still manifestations or metaphors for something deeper still. Yeah, like maybe like the evil that men do is the way that like Albert says it, I think, at one point. But like, you know, the atom bomb is a maybe in Mark Frost and David Lynch's view, like the ultimate symbol for man's destructive nature, or like hunger for destruction. And it can be on such like a broad scale. It is that's the largest scale, and then the smallest scale is a father assaulting his own daughter, and it's the same evil underneath each of those, and that evil is also man's desire to dominate the landscape and harvest its trees and fuel its further destruction and greed, stuff like that. So like it could all sort of be still yet another level deeper on that, or it isn't. The thing that I wondered, I feel like I was really concentrating while I was watching this series the first time. And since finishing, I kind of have let go, like, all of the, does this mean that and that mean this? Like, I think so now I think I have, like, less of a good idea, even than when I watched it the first time. Like, is Bob also Doppelganger Coop? Is that, or is the other way around? Is Doppelganger Mr. C? Is that Bob? Because, like, Bob comes out of him in that. Or is that just supposed to be, like, oh, yeah, remember Bob? Just kind of sort of link this, or like Bob is in him in a like more evocative way than like literally like, oh, this is his identity is actually Bob. You guys know?
No idea.
Okay.
Atticus?
No.
I would love to hear what each of your favorite vignettes from the atom bomb sequence is.
The bomb. It's pretty high up there. The radio stuff. Pretty high up there too.
What do you mean the radio stuff?
Wait, now I watched a couple episodes after this. Am I confusing it with the next episode where, how does this one end?
Well, there is the
What does this one
radio
end on?
scene, the scene at the radio at the end of this. I mean
exact-
specifically, like there's that one like sequence when the bomb goes off, and then there's like a few scenes later, and then like eventually Coop like sits up alive kind of thing, right? Or no, sorry. There's this the sequence that is the Cooper sits up alive, and then the atomic bomb sequence happens, and that atomic bomb sequence includes all of the like the abstract stuff, and through the with the giant and Senorita Dido, and then like the sending of Laura to Earth, and that's kind of like, and then it kind of like fades out, and then we get like the next act. And so I was kind of asking about like that stretch through there, if you have a favorite one, because like for me, it's the convenience store. Seeing
That is very cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I guess so. Wait, what a I'm still not sure I'm on the same page. What other ones are you talking about?
There's like images of darkness and various distorted images throughout. There's like the snowy noise, like 2D
Yeah.
film stuff, but then there's also like 3D or falling through like a tunnel and like firework type explosions. Yeah, there's the convenience store, and then there's the vomiting of the substance and the eggs come out.
I like when the gold orb goes to Earth.
Yeah.
And then there's the whole like would we have a name for this like fireman's zone, his office, like this theater that they live in, like in the Purple Sea up here, this tower,
Oh yeah.
the fireman's tower. So are you
I
not?
think of it as a theater.
Yeah, are we on the same page?
don't know if that has
Do you
a
know what
name.
we're talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about
Yeah.
now. Yes.
So what's your favorite? God damn it!
I mean, I guess the orb thing going to Earth, I guess. I don't know. I mean, it's good that you guys talked to Morgan without me the first time because I was going to say this till the end. I like the episode, but it's not really my favorite. I'm not really that into it, to be honest. So I like the big bomb going off, but it kind of loses me until the end, which I do like the end a lot. I the radio stuff,
The radio
the disc,
sequence is
the disc,
extremely cool.
the disc jockey
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's not my favorite episode either, but it's sure is crazy that they did this for an episode of TV.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
that's kind of like the main takeaway that I was having during it.
Yeah. I mean, it's to use the dumbest word possible, it's sure a cinematic episode of television.
Nice.
Sometimes it's got to
Here,
be
this is-
applicable.
This isn't a vignette, but I'll try to give you a slightly more satisfying, real answer from me. I do like the theater thingy that we're talking about, and the orb ish, the gold stuff floating around, the tuba. What do you call? I guess it's phonograph or whatever, but whatever you call the other tubes and whatnot. I like that. That's cool. That's a cool.
The tubes.
It's a cool set. That's the
Yeah.
right word for it, right?
I
Set.
get a very like Terry Gilliam vibe from the whole tower. You know, is
I'm pretending that I understand what you mean. I know who Terry Gilliam is, but I don't know what.
I made
Is
the
this
same
like
what
sound,
Brazil
but I
is?
did get it.
Brazil. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, I
looks like
haven't seen Brazil. Okay, cool.
Ooh, that's a good ass movie.
It's
You like
I
it.
don't.
You'll
I like the screen. I was trying to think what to call it. The screen. That's cool. That gave me reminds me of Doctor Strangelove or something. Though now that I'm thinking about it, don't even remember how much they show the screen, but I imagine that's
What
what,
are you
the
talking
screen
about?
is.
This screen?
The screen in the what they're projecting stuff on in the theater.
Oh, you're not talking about Brazil. You're talking about okay.
Not Brazil.
Oh, you're like
Because
okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah. Okay.
The screen in the theater.
Yeah, they're doing the Spaceballs bit where they're like, "Oh, let's fast forward to see what we need to do."
Yes. Pretty cool.
I do
Things in
think,
black and white look sick too.
yeah.
And gold.
Yeah.
I just printed out some photos or got some photos printed in black and white. I'm in my big black and white phase right now. I think the theory that I came up with live on the episode with Morgan and Atticus last time about like Sarah receiving Laura and the frog bug at the same time. I think that like, okay, yes, I do agree with myself on that. I think I think that is intentional here. That golden orb goes to Earth. The very next scene is, in the very next scene, that girl picks up a golden orb or a golden circle with a head in it, with the lucky penny. And so on the same night, she gets Laura and Frogbug. Still, like 11 years later, after the bomb goes off, they're just kind of laying in wait. I wonder what made the egg hatch then. You know, like why wait so long?
It's a good, yeah. We know. I'm sorry. We
It's
know
11 years?
how long it was. Was there did a date come
I think
up?
it was 56. I think because
Okay.
it like does the counter like 45 to like
Okay.
46 or 7, 8.
What else happened in 1956?
Is it possible that that's just like to make the timeline work, or I guess it wouldn't need to.
Yeah, but like I'm wondering what the
Sure,
so that's
sure.
like a textual
Sure,
thing. Is like
yeah.
the frog's just like I'm gonna hold up so it makes more sense.
Yeah. He's reading something in there.
I'm curious about David Lynch's sound design process because the sound design in this one is really front and center. It's a lot of very obvious sound design, and I don't mean that to be like, well, of course you would go thrum at this point. It's just more like it's more I don't know, up in the mix, and it's a big part of stuff, and like just this the design of the sounds themselves. Like I love to know like what the original like signal is, what's recorded and then manipulated into that.
Sound design seems like a really fun thing to work on, especially like under the direction of someone like David Lynch, who's got an idea of something wild to do.
He's like, he gets like solo credit for sound design though too.
Really?
Yeah, like I think he's like recording and manipulating those recordings like
That's cool.
by hand himself. I'm sure there's somebody else helping to like mix things eventually or whatever, but
Wonder if he's in like Fruity Loops
yeah,
cooking it up.
would love to know. Would love to know.
You guys asked me this. Actually, not you guys. I'll blame it on Will. You asked me this week if I knew some guy, and you didn't tell me. And then I looked him up later on Wikipedia, and it said musician. And then I went to the instruments section, and it said he plays Fruity Loops.
Oh yeah, it was Ronald Jenkins. I was throwing back some Ronald Jenkins this week.
Not familiar. It said he was a YouTuber musician or something like that.
Yeah, he's
Is
like
that
an
true?
old. Well, I don't know. I just remember being like 14 or something and seeing this guy. He's got like a funny hat.
Going to
He
town
says-
on his
and he
keyboard.
says something, and he says like "Hello, YouTubes," and then he goes nuts on the Casio. And it's like very like he's using every sound in the book, but it's also like it is still really good,
Yeah.
fun. Like I was listening to a song called Guitar Sound, and it's like, you know, very like digital. It sounds it's what a guitar sound would be on a Casio built-in sound bank. So that's cool.
David Lynch should have done some like Morricone. Did you say Morricone? Morricone.
Morricone. Yeah, I don't know.
Morricone.
It's probably
Morricone.
Morricone.
Morricone. He had the boing down. What instrument does the boing sound? You guys know?
Kids, what instrument does the boing sound? We're talking about
In like
The-
all the Clint Eastwood
mouth
movies
harp?
and stuff like that. Is that what it is? Mouth harp?
is it?
Boing, oing, oing, oing.
A jaw harp. That was my guess, but I could only think of the The weird name for that instrument.
Yeah. That's not. That's nice that they called it a jaw harp.
Right.
I don't think I think I've only heard about it. I don't know what it looks like.
I bet we had the same teacher tell us about it.
Yeah. Really leaning into the weird name for it. No, I think it was mouth harp. What was interesting? The Nine Inch Nails performance. Ben, what do you think about that?
Good. No, that's not the best part. I still like the DJ stuff, but that's good.
Are you putting Nine Inch Nails? Excuse me. Are you putting the Nine Inch Nails on to just listen to? Is that something you're doing?
The is throwing me off. Not really. When I was younger, yes. Because they seemed badass, and everybody like what you call it, goth kids, I guess, at school. Like once you get to like fifth or sixth grade, and you can start having a type. Not everybody's just wearing a Mickey Mouse shirt anymore, you know? Mm-hmm. Once you started having goth kids or whatever, they were wearing like the Nine Inch Nails shirt, and I was always thinking like, damn, that band must be badass. And then I listened to it, and I was like, this is kind of, whatever word we would use for mid back then. It's kind of, it's okay.
I think I know what you would say, especially you.
No.
Okay.
Even though I do know what you're talking about by saying that, but no, I wasn't. This kind of sucks though.
But it doesn't suck. Me.
Yeah, not for me. Not for me. But I did have all the Nine Inch Nails music because my uncle was into it, and every Christmas he'd come to our house. He'd dump all of the new music he had torrented that year or whatever onto our computer.
Cool move.
Yeah, it actually was. I learned about a lot of music that way.
Yeah. I like Nine Inch Nails. The Nine Inch Nails. I like Nine Inch Nails. I will put on various Nine Inch Nails tunes and tracks. I won't front. I tend to
really
enjoy.
Though?
No, that's the point. The joke is
point. Okay.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, we talked about this in the first episode. The announcer, just couldn't stop saying the Nine Inch Nails, and that's why it's like. And then so in the credits, it's the Nine Inch Nails.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't really like this song, not very much. I tend to like their like score stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna say their scores are good.
Is it? Wait, but it's not the scores. You're talking about not the whole
front
band, though.
Guys from it, yeah.
Yeah,
but like the band is variously
important.
It's like
them.
Trent Reznor, Atticus Ross, and like that's kind of all it really
Atticus, I've always wanted to ask you, do you appreciate there's not a lot of Atticuses. This is a cool one. A prominent one, but a cool one too,
Yeah. Represent. I allow it. Celebrate it.
Nice.
Something about this Roadhouse sequence, it was funny to cut from the Nine Inch Nails doing their performance to the crowd and seeing like a server like bring a basket of chicken tenders to somebody, like just as they're all dancing, like, oh yes, I guess they are doing like active like bar food in the middle of I guess the atom bomb is about to happen too.
It is cool. I mean, the Roadhouse is cool. We've talked about that before. They've got an amazing lineup, but you really don't think of the Roadhouse in the abstract as like a multi-genre venue. You know, it seems like it have a type, and the type would have to be local guy, but they're filling it up for. I mean, again, Hudson Mohawk. We talk about him a lot. He didn't have exactly the best set or best showing. Nine Inch Nails had the best showing, I would say. But like they really filled it up more than you'd think a Pacific Northwest place would fill up for Nine Inch Nails. Well, but outside of Seattle or whatever. A rural Pacific Northwest place.
Mm.
What would your order be at a place like this?
Beer.
Yeah, something
Well-
bottled
if you
or
had-
canned. Don't
well
not something
beer.
on draft.
That's true too.
Yeah. I guess seeing that basket of chicken tenders reminded me that I got chicken tenders at Costco yesterday. And they were ass.
I got those new
Was this
chicken
your
tenders
first chicken
too.
tenders?
It has been first chicken tenders since I broke Edge.
Yeah, that sucks.
Did you think it was the Costco ones, or you just think chicken tenders are bad now?
No, I think it was just these ones. These were like super dry and
Oh
nasty and burnt to shit. You like them?
no, they're way too dense. Shelly and I shared, and we couldn't even finish it. It's too much. Each chicken tender should be child size. It should be child sized. It was like eating a whole chicken breast.
The size of a child. Okay. Maybe a connection that I had this time through. I'm really stretching. I'm looking for stuff to explain Audrey a little bit more. I feel like she's kind of dressed similarly to Senorita Dido. And I don't know what to make of that, but it's something? Kind of like sequins and glittery. She's kind of wearing like a fancy dress. Isn't Audrey kind of wearing a fancy dress in The Return? And it sort of seems like maybe she's occupying a weird liminal space. And feels like that's what's going on in the fire station.
Would you say, okay, we've talked about Bobby's change in the interim between 2 and 3, right? I would say, is it fair to say that he veers in a different life direction than you might naively have guessed based off of season 1 and 2?
Or does he have the exact backstory you'd expect out of a cop in this city?
That's true.
Yeah,
that's
I
true
think
too.
it's big time.
Okay.
This guy became a cop. I'm just guessing,
Okay.
I'm honestly way more shocked that Mike didn't become a cop. Or didn't become a cop.
What is he? Is he like
as
a
well.
car dealership or something like that?
He's like an insurance sales
Insurance,
person
okay.
or something.
Another kind of cop. Audrey, would you say Audrey?
ACAB includes insurance agents.
Would you say Audrey ended up on the same life trajectory path that you would have guessed based off of 1 and 2?
I don't know what life
I was
trajectory
gonna
she's
say
on.
depends on what the fuck is happening to her.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's what I kind of yeah. I don't know.
I guess no. I wasn't expecting for it to like just to be question mark as far as like where her trajectory is. I feel like it could be if I watched seasons 1 and 2 and be like, okay, she either died in this explosion, but if it turns out she didn't die in this explosion, then the next time I see her, I will kind of understand the room she's in or anything about her circumstances. I would have ended up being incorrect, so I suppose it went in a direction I was not anticipating.
She seems different to me. That's why I ask. It seems like a different path, but I don't quite know how to describe it.
Sure. What do we think is going on with her? Is Charlie her therapist?
I don't think so. I think Charlie's her husband.
Okay.
I'm going to take the basic reading of it and just
Do you think
stick
they
with that.
actually go to the Roadhouse? And
Yep.
does Audrey actually do that dance?
Yep.
And then does Audrey actually disappear?
Yep.
Okay. And where is she in the White Void? What is that?
Nowhere.
Okay.
In the imaginary land now. She really disappears into imaginary land, a non-material place, into your mind. I'll put it that way.
Great. Sure. Might as well. I was imagining doing like Mystery Science Theater 3000, like the three of us for this episode, but it's just us going, what the heck?
What?
Whoa. Whoa.
What if you were following this? Oh my god.
Whoa. What's going on? It's like, whoa. And then, yeah, the,
Do you wait?
thought-
Can I on that point, a vaguely related point? As we talked about end of Remember Me, if you didn't know about 9/11, do you think you could do you think you can understand this episode? If you could understand this episode, do you think you could also understand it if you didn't know about history, the atom bomb, the bomb?
no, I think that's probably a big part of it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you could probably get that it's like a big destructive force, but I don't know if you'd get like the full, like, I think you couldn't do the it's the evil that men do analysis, really.
Do you think anybody watches this and is like, okay, so this is an alternate history because it says it was in New Mexico?
There's a New Mexico? Is that what you're saying?
No, because
Instead of Hiroshima.
I'm imagining there was probably a time in my life, like, I'm trying to remember when you start learning about Hiroshima, like probably third grade. I think that's when we started reading those, like the Paper Crane style books, like that's third grade or so. I'm trying to imagine somebody who just did that, like they knew that, and then they just assumed, first try type of situation. Oppenheimer kind of made the bomb, and then it was just that, if you didn't know about, I think that's a real thing, right? People might not know about the tests.
Sure. But I'm still like struggling to connect where this is going or what to get out of it.
Never mind, whatever.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I have an on-par observation for you, Will, to chew on.
Yeah.
I was thinking about like the this being the beginning of out of time kind of thing, and I was thinking like, I wonder if Christopher Nolan liked this when he was writing Tenet, and I think there's a much more obvious Christopher Nolan connection to make there, but
Could be.
Maybe he was that guy that I was describing, and he was like, damn, I should make a whole movie about
so
what
people
if
could
what
know
if
about
they
it.
had what if they had done an atomic bomb in New Mexico, and then first day of research, what the fuck, honey, we're making a docudrama.
Do we have any final thoughts we want to share about the episode?
Good job.
Good
David.
work, everybody.
Good work.
Not a lot of things. It felt worthwhile seeing it again, but again, I'm having a hard time being like, oh yeah, now things are making sense. But it was fun.
Yeah.
Would you? I know some of it wouldn't totally work, but would you place this episode later or earlier in the season with minor adjustments to make that work? If you could, or do you think it lands in the right part of the season for
That's
you?
a really good question.
I think I think the abstract part lands as a. I'm putting TV guy brain hat on, whatever, for this. I think it lands well in the middle of the season, when you might be slipping. Interest could theoretically start to slip if you kept up the status quo. What if they had a bomb in the middle of season 2? People might say something a lot different than they say about the season 2, droning on and on.
They dropped an atomic
Yeah, they
bomb
waited-
on season 2.
Yeah, they waited till the end of season 2 to have a bomb, and they learned their lesson. Do the bomb earlier.
What if it started season 3?
I
Set
think
the
that
tone.
would it would be a tone setter, but of course they didn't necessarily want that. They think they wanted to have a little bit of the confusion,
Sure.
or feeling lost.
It wouldn't
know,
make
you-
as big of an impact, I think, if you started it off that way, right?
I could sort of see
Because
it as a
it's-
finale,
Yeah.
but it's more, even more bold to just kind of have it in the middle.
Yeah. It does seem like if it had been the finale, people would potentially feel different about season 3 in general. As like, I don't know. I don't know how people view it, but it seems like it like sometimes people rest more on the finale than they maybe should, and like if it was a big
Yeah.
Mm.
spectacle thing like that, it would be like, this is the best season of television ever.
Well, people say that anyway. I want to visit Twin Peaks in Burleson, Texas. The Twin Peaks restaurant located at 12750 South Freeway, Burleson, Texas 76028, which is just south of Fort Worth, a place, of course, of great evil. Marcus Carter says, 5 stars, I've been to a lot of different Twin Peaks restaurants and met a lot of different servers, but this girl Cypress is just a cut above. Great smile, great energy, and super attentive. Also, the manager Erica is the one who greeted me, and she was so kind. Warm personalities to both of them. Come ask for Cypress. Brian Jackson says in all caps, I went to the Twin Peaks off of I-35 South by Albury, and everything was excellent, especially my waitress, Cambry. She delivered A1 service and was very polite and has good energy. She was very thoughtful and served with a smile.
I can tell you were searching smile.
Yeah. Yeah. Keyword search was smile here.
How many
And Daniel-
Cambrys do you think there are in America?
I hope these ladies are not giving out their real names at Twin Peaks. I feel like that's probably day one orientation.
They
info.
teach you, but it's definitely a style. It's a similar style of names, you know. If they're coming up with these off the dome.
Similar to what?
Each
In-
other.
Oh, Cypress and
Yeah,
Cambry?
similar to Cypress,
Gotcha.
Cambry, D. You know, whatever. I guess when you have a kid, you got to make one up off the dome too. So why would it be any different if you're making up one for yourself?
Oh no.
We
Cambry.
can give you a minute.
Yeah. Daniel, with the very scary one review entry, says, had the pleasure of having D today. She gave great service with a beautiful smile. She suggested the Texas Philly cheesesteak, which was pretty good.
What is a
Suggesting
Texas
something
Philly
on
cheesesteak?
taking a server's recommendation at this restaurant is so strange.
That's a cool move.
You know.
What are you talking about?
What do you recommend?
What do you recommend?
Oh, do you like
I recommend the
Well,
Texas Philly cheesesteak.
that or the burger, idiot?
Yeah. Pairs well with any beer that I don't know, just shut up. And it occurred to me that we hadn't checked out the 1-star reviews of Twin Peaks establishments, so that was the other thing I wanted to do with this place. Ashley McElhaney, spelled exactly like that one guy, says 1 star, hostess tonight was rude, black hair, lots of attitude. Oh, it's almost like it's formatted like a poem, and then the first two lines rhyme here. Hostess tonight was rude, black hair, lots of attitude. Didn't get waited on for a really long time. Husband. Had to finally ask a girl. Finally got a good waitress. She was great. This place is hurry up and wait. If you want to work in a place like this, have a great attitude. Otherwise, don't.
What's going on, Ashley?
Very good. Very good.
93 reviews, 93 photos.
She's consistent. That's a 1-to-1. Jordan Green says, was great till shift change in the afternoon. Guys staying through the shift changes. all of a sudden, I get cut off because the bartenders don't know me and they keep trying to force water on me.
Oh my god.
Mainly the redhead in the afternoon shift, not Haley. This one.
That's
Jordan was
painful.
causing a big problem.
What do you
Big
mean you
problem.
don't? What do you mean you don't know me? What also?
I'm
what did they
allowed
describe-
to
What did they
get-
describe?
Really drunk here.
Wait, but it sounds like they're saying. I guess that's the unsaid part of this is that they were drunk. They were drunk, but they didn't know me. But just, it's just like, oh, shift change. Who the hell are you? Who let you in here? You can't drink at my bar. This is for people I
serve
know.
What the fuck? There's already a guy here.
What time
trying
do you
to
think shift
force
change is
water
here?
on me? This guy must have been in a really bad way.
Waterboarding.
Dom in here says the girls in here are entitled and the managing sucks as well. Food is not at all good. Don't waste your time here. Only good thing about here is free fights.
If you start them, they're free.
They're calling it pay with your face. Darnell Sapp says, I was told to leave because the bartender Breeza had an attitude because I told her my drink was Rit. I wondered, you guys know
Is
it?
it Breeza?
Breeza.
Breeza,
That
is
sounds
that
like a Star
a-
Wars name.
I would
Dragon Ball
kick
Z
the shit out of
or
someone.
whatever.
Or, you're getting out of here. Your drink is not Rit. Get out.
Yeah. You shut the fuck up. Don't say that the drink that I created for you is Rit.
Rit what?
What does this mean? I assume this is a typo of some kind.
But what is it
Wrong.
supposed to
It's probably
be?
wrong. It's probably wrong. I told her my drink was wrong. That's got to be it. Okay.
Hey,
because I told her my drink
excuse
was
me.
wrong.
Excuse me, my drink is wrong.
Get out.
Thank God I don't have a gun on me. Otherwise, I'd be blowing one through your head, Darnell. I was told to leave because the bartender Breeza had an attitude because I told her my drink was Rit. She went and told the manager that I said something wrong to her, which I didn't. So they put me out. I'm truly appalled because my wife and I come here regularly. I never received service like this from them. So to be asked to leave was very upsetting. I don't think I'll come back again.
They're so glad to hear that, Daryl or Darnell.
11
Yeah.
reviews, 42 photos. This guy's a
That's a
That's a
photographer.
crazy ratio.
Yeah.
And there's not
Something
even a
got
photo.
really documented.
There's not a photo with this one. So yeah, he's really racking them up elsewhere.
There's one review that has 42.
Andrew McKenzie says, good food. The Texas Philly was excellent. The wait staff was a bit too Epstein's Island for me. 1 star.
Just a little.
Interesting. Can you elaborate?
Yeah. I might like. I think Andrew has probably about the right idea. Like, hey, what the fuck? This place is creepy. You know, like this.
Yeah.
This idea of Twin Peaks. And this one actually got a response from the owner, which I thought was interesting. So I'm gonna read the original review really quick and then just segue in. Andrew says, good food. The Texas Philly was excellent. The wait staff was a bit too Epstein's Island for me. Response from the owner. At Twin Peaks, our made-from-scratch food, 29-degree draft beer, TVs from every angle, and lodge-like surroundings are just as important to us as our Twin Peaks girls are. We're sorry to hear you weren't a fan of our concept, but we appreciate you trying us out.
That's a weird response.
Yeah, the Epstein is part of it, okay?
I'm not going to argue. I understand where you're getting that vibe. That is on purpose.
Yeah, it's on purpose, dude. Sorry, it's like, yeah, it's Twin Peaks. We have like cold beer and like Epstein stuff.
The guy in the blue and white striped shirt with like a golden cap on, testifying to Congress. We understand it's the island's not for everyone, but I think you're going a little too far.
I don't know why everyone is so upset. We didn't invite you to the island. You don't have to go. Thank you
Don't
for
like what's
trying us
happening on the
out.
island? don't go to the island.
We appreciate you trying us out.
The made. There's no way the food's made from scratch, right?
No.
I mean, at most restaurants.
What is that?
Not the case.
But yeah, no.
That'd
there's no
be
way.
that'd be awesome though. Like if you were like, you know, I'm really. I
really
grew up
farm to table
with
restaurant.
Yeah, I grew up with like a mom and a grandma who did so much cooking. I became a really good cook myself. I wanted to be a chef when I grew up, and yeah, this is the angle that I found for myself, a restaurant, and it is just like awesome food.
It's got a Michelin star. Yeah. Rick Steves is in there doing the Simpsons. Like, don't show me your breasts.
Also, though, okay, our made from scratch food, 29-degree draft beer, and TVs
TVs from every angle.
From every angle. Just so you know, they're just as important as our Twin Peaks girls.
Remember?
You might sometimes you go to restaurants where they care quite a bit about the staff. Well, I want you to know we care just as much about our TVs here as we do about the staff.
And again, the whole like branded Twin Peaks capital G girls skeeves me out big time. And
TPGs.
okay, so the Dallas Fort Worth area is an extremely populous area, of course, and so I'm just I'm not used to if an establishment near me accumulates 1,000 reviews, that's like really nuts. Like I feel like that's really rare to see something have 1,000 reviews around these parts. This is but I wonder if Twin Peaks locations are like particularly high volume review targets because you get the people who are so hot on a server. But this had like 5,000 reviews. This place, but
Jeez.
that could just be the part of the country. Who knows? I want to do our other Twin Peaks segment that we've been doing. As USS Lincoln heads home, mental health experts tally the stressors of life at sea. This was a story that we covered a little bit last week, and I feel like we just had to bring it back because Abraham Lincoln shows up in this episode. I guess they're heading home.
Interesting.
It's good to have good to have them home, you know.
Mm-hmm.
What do they mean mental health experts tally the stressors? This sounds like a very undergrad psychology or undergrad business school type of thing. Like,
Here's my analysis of Friends.
why? Yeah.
It sucks to be in the Navy would be my big number one.
It's important when
no
you
here.
build, like management class. It's important when you build a team that you have some sort of organization for the team. And that's how I got my PhD. That was my PhD thesis. Or like this, yeah, like, when you're on these guys, they're on a big ship with thousands of other sailors, and they're at war. And as it turns out, many of the people ended up with mental health issues, and we don't know much more than that. But that's a big finding already.
At the
What?
risk of becoming like one of these MAGA guys who are like the troops are pussies, I do think it's...
Don't say it now because they're off duty, so they can come. They're coming back.
Yeah, they're
They
here.
can beat you up now.
I mean, okay, so it does sound like it sucks. I would hate to do it. I hate to be on the fucking boat. You will not catch me signing up to be on the fucking boat. That seems like an own goal, in my opinion. I don't know. I think it is a little funny to do small bean Navy a little. Like my soldiers are having mental health. I guess. I don't know. Like, I don't think I sounded sane and bad saying that. But I guess what I'm getting at, I don't think you can not have mental health. I think that's part of it. Sorry. Like, I think that you would necessarily you're doing something like evil and stupid by
Isn't
being
it
in the
also
military.
really funny to like follow orders? Isn't that kind of
Yes, sir.
you're not allowed like it's so funny to like it would be illegal for you to be like I'm not doing that. It's one of the things I treasure. Like I never do it. I do what I'm supposed to. But I know
You could just say fuck this.
I'm this close at all times from going I'm not doing it. I'm going home right now.
Yeah. No, I actually
Yeah.
don't think I'm going to do that.
These guys,
It is
they follow
Yeah.
orders.
even, you know, you don't have to don't like them either. But corporate job thing, that's one of that is a good part of a corporate job thing too. Is you can always just threaten like, no, you gotta listen to some guy on a boat.
I'm not going on to the fucking boat, you guys.
Do they have windows, portholes or whatever? Do these guys get light? I really genuinely don't know about this battleship stuff. Do they get light? Or are they mostly under deck most of the time?
They're packed
No
into
idea.
dirt like worms.
No idea. And once again, or whatever. Sorry, like you guys just like. It's funny. They just all got on a big boat, and then like went to the Strait of Hormuz and stayed there for like 300 days, and like doo-dooed on
Came
each
home.
other, and then like that was it. Like accomplished nothing. That's kind of all that happened. So anyway.
I would die in their situation, but I would also never sign up.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it sounds bad. It also, but also like I don't know. There's like significantly worse stuff happening in the region due to what you're doing here.
Yeah.
So I can only feel so bad for you, which I hopefully clear from my tone is zero. I feel zero bad for you.
You know, one thing I like about the battleships, though, as I've learned more about them, like when you're a kid, you just assume there must be a ton of battleships, right? Like, oh, it's America. They probably have a million battleships
Yeah.
or whatever. And you find out there's like 12,
Yeah.
something like that, like a dozen. It's kind of cool. Watching all that
That
Pirates
is
of the
actually
Caribbean
kinda
stuff
cool.
recently, kind of cool, you know? You can be like, oh, that's, I'm Jack Sparrow. The Lincoln is mine or whatever, you know? You could, if pirates could take it over, you've got one of like 12 battleships, you know?
Mhm.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. I recommend pirates trying it out.
Try it out. Has
They do.
anybody ever done a pirate takeover?
Takeover
Or a
of an
battleship
aircraft
to
carrier.
battleship of an aircraft carrier, yeah.
Yeah,
many-
wait. Are we getting much naval broadside cannon battles or what modern equivalents these days? I don't think we
Yeah.
are.
Are they just there
Why
to like
not?
carry ships around or like planes?
Well, guys.
Yeah, I mean, the aircraft carrier I do believe is.
Is that
carrying the
different than a
aircraft.
battleship?
What is going on with a modern battleship?
If I was a battleship commander, if I was a army dude or whatever, military guy, I would simply shoot shoot the aircraft carrier,
Oh yeah, okay. So they might
Titanic
be
style.
they might be ahead of us on this one, you guys. Traditional heavily armored gun battleships became obsolete after World War II and retired globally by the end of the 20th century. However, the U.S. Navy is developing a new nuclear-powered Trump-class battleship program as part of a proposed Golden Fleet. So,
So, it's
they
just
will.
carriers
stay
now?
tuned.
So they don't
Different kinds
shoot
of-
out of the sides anymore. But why? What if you get what if you pass one pass one on the road? You're gonna
All right.
wish that you had the cannonballs, aren't you?
Do you think they
We
have
got-
like "How's my driving" bumper stickers?
We got aircraft carriers. floating air bases to launch fighter jets and helicopters. Example, USS Abraham Lincoln. There you go. Destroyers are versatile, fast workhorse ships. They carry advanced radar and vertical missile tubes, and they protect the fleet from air attacks, missiles, and submarines. Okay, so you're probably not getting like a boat like coming up on you to shoot directly from the other boat. Cruisers are large surface combat ships. They carry a heavy load of anti-air and cruise missiles. They often command an air defense for a whole group of ships. Sorry, I'm having a hard time picturing that. Frigates and corvettes are smaller patrol and escort ships. Corvettes are the smallest combat ships used for coastal defense. Frigates are medium-sized ships used to guard other ships and hunt submarines.
Are we doing any of this though? It's like this is for this, and it's like, has it been
Tested.
under 50 years since like we've had to defend the coast? Like, it just seems like we're all LARPing out there.
Atticus, think about how under assault our coasts would be if we didn't have the frigates.
True.
Do the Lincoln dudes? Do they get to have phones? I know when you go on the submarines, you gotta put your stuff away. The Lincoln guys, do they have phones, cell phones, and internet?
I think that's
access
why
and
you
stuff
get
like
like we got some of the footage of
Those
like all
pictures?
the doo-doo.
that?
And are they
I didn't know.
allowed beards?
I don't know if they
On the
changed that or
USS
not.
Lincoln? I feel like on the Lincoln they should be able to have beards.
It's mandated.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
mandate
Boat stuff.
mandate a little soul patch for everybody.
On the
We're gonna
USS
craft the worst
uh,
personality for you before you go back.
Smash Mouth.
Is the soul patch the bigger one,
It's
or is
just
it
the
the
dot,
tiny?
I think.
It's a dot. Okay.
Well,
What's
the
the
little,
what's the there's one that's sort of like the tiny little triangle that's like a devil, and then there's one that's a little bit bigger that's the guy that the Anduril guy, Palmer Luckey style one. I don't like that one. I like the smaller one that seems like you could be a devil, you know?
The devil is a good do. It's not it's a good look.
And then we got to get our guys getting, if when I'm in charge, the devilish mustache, you know?
Yeah.
Pointed. I can't think of what guys have that other than, again, the devil.
2026
A little-
style icon, the devil.
We're gonna put a little tail on all of our guys too, with a little point, a little barb on the end too. All of our, when I'm in charge, USS Lincoln filled with kind of whatever something prefix that sounds good, furries. They won't be furries, but they'll look kind of
Post-furry.
like that because they'll have post furry. They'll have devil tails, and then they've got the soul patch thing, and yeah.
I'm a furry, but for the devil.
this is you in like a job interview.
Mm-hmm. Oh wait, I forgot we have yet another
We gotta do a draft.
sequence. We got a draft. Okay, let's draft.
DraftKings over here.
I'm the king of the draft. Okay, I think it's my turn.
Okay.
And right? Does that sound right?
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna draft in Underworld. Hutch.
Ooh.
Mr. Tim.
That is a great pick.
Mr.
Damn.
Tim. What's the guy's name?
Uh,
Tim Roth.
Yeah. I think if I had thought of that, he would have been a much earlier pick for me. Excellent work.
Note that I am not trying too hard to argue that Hutch and Chantal are a package deal and try to get a 2-for-1. I think I'm all right just having Hutch. No offense to Jennifer Jason Leigh. Actually, I don't know. I don't really care to her. She seems like Chantal seems like a much worse hang. I'm just trying to hang out with Hutch.
Yeah.
Although I
Speak for
guess I
yourself.
won't have many chips. Well, you can take Chantal if you want. Atticus, who are you going to take?
Working class, I'm going Wally Brando.
Oh my God. I had that in my list. That's a good ass pull. Do we know? I'm not. Well, whatever. Do we know what his job is? What is his relationship to capital? Is he potentially a small business owner? And
Bike.
Influencer. Is an influencer a small business owner?
He's probably working class in the way that the guys in On the Waterfront are, you know?
I don't know the ref.
He probably works on a dock. I'll put it that way. I should have just said that instead.
Long
He seems
What
like
made you think of that
a
movie?
dock worker.
Okay. Well, that's big time working class. All right, that's a great one. That's going to be a good present to have on the island. Ben, who are you taking for your 11th round pick?
I am. It's funny that you mention her because I will be taking in a different category, Chantal.
Phone pervert.
Does she have a last name? No, I will be taking her in the category not all there. And I will be arguing using undergrad psychology 101 that she is in fact a psychopath or one of those things.
So she doesn't have. She's not like fully human, is what you're saying.
Well, not fully human.
Subhuman.
No, I'm not calling psychopath subhuman. I'm saying that she's not all there. She's
Because she's missing important pieces of her psychology.
Yes, the stable parts. She's missing the stable parts of her psychology.
Okay,
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna allow it because you allowed me some bullshit. That's really
Nice.
Atticus, what do you think? Does he
Yeah,
get to have
yeah.
Chantal there?
Yeah, I feel like not all there for me is like you're a little off at one end of the spectrum. I'll open the gate for someone who's just being a bit of a goof, even. But
So it's a pretty lenient category.
I
yeah.
think so. I think it should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Welcome to Crazy Island, Chantal.
Do we want to do another round? Or are we prepared to do another round?
Oh man, now I got to think of another person.
I feel like
I'm
we
not
got to kind of
prepared.
pick up the pace a little bit. But
Okay, I'll keep thinking.
well, if you don't have one ready, I think that we'll just move on and end the show permanently.
Okay.
That's it. You are choosing chaos once again. A very chaotic roster.
Chaos Island.
Where you been?
We'll see how it
Yeah.
goes. No one's ever done it before. What if you put a bunch of insane people on an island?
All right, folks. Thanks for listening to the
What is
podcast.
a show called Love Island. That's what they're going to call my place. Love Island.
More like Bruv Island. That's you. Making me say a
Island.
real Bruv moment.
Yes.
Folks, thanks for listening to the show. You can follow us on YouTube. You can follow us on Instagram. You can follow us on TikTok. You can rate and review us on Apple Podcasts, probably. You can follow us on Spotify. You can write into the show at drskeletonsartschool@gmail.com. And you can catch us next week when we do something else. We won't tell, but we'll do something.
Oh, man. I thought of a good one.
Ben, what's the catchphrase?
Oh, man. Oh, man. Kaboom.
Loving it
Oh,
so
man.
much.
Kaboom. Thought of whoever in the draft.
This is a brand new Extra Good podcast. Learn more at brandnewextragood.com.